Welcome to the Nonprofit Exchange Podcast. Stories by leaders for leaders to help you raise the bar on your own excellence, to release the potential inside of you. Now, here's today's podcast. Welcome to the Nonprofit Exchange. This is Hugh Ballou, founder and president of Center Vision Leadership Foundation. Now, people don't really know the word Center Vision because I made it up. I'm a musician. I'm a conductor. Conductors create community. We call this ensemble. Whether it's instrumental or vocal, it's a choir, it's an orchestra, it becomes an ensemble because we function together at a higher level. In our boards, in our staff, in our committees, in the nonprofit world, which includes churches and synagogues, we create this higher functioning. And so it's the synergy we create with a common vision. So the synergy we create with a common vision is defined by Center Vision. So as leaders, we're catalysts, we're visionaries, we lead, we influence people, and we make things happen. So for 32 years, I've been working with nonprofit leaders all over the place, on at least 4 continents in multiple countries. A lot of work in America, a lot of work with cause-based charities, people wanting to impact other people's lives. I spent 40 years serving the organized church from 120 to 12,000 member size churches. So I've seen it from different perspectives, different size organizations. And I've worked exterior to multiple types of nonprofit organizations, membership organizations, cause-based charities, and many others. We have 1.5 million 501c3 organizations in this country. And what I do know, statistics show that half of the new nonprofits that are formed every year will close. Some with money in the bank. They will close because they're not able to fulfill their mission. There are many reasons for this. More often than not, it's one person with a cause, with a passion, with a fire. However, that person's unable to let that fire spread and build a sustainable legacy under that vision. We want to make sure that we've fully thought out the process, built a strategy, and built a team. Therefore, we can be fundable and sustainable, and you can create your legacy that will continue. Center Vision is the legacy that I'm creating that's going to continue the work after I'm gone. So I want to share about the work of Center Vision. It's for nonprofit leaders and clergy. Those of you making a difference, leading an organization, one you founded, one you didn't found, it doesn't matter. You're the person in charge of implementing the vision. You're the person influencing others to make things happen. You're the person that builds and maintains relationships so that you can lead, you can fund, and you have a communication system based on, yes, relationships. So Center Vision is designed to provide high quality resources for you working in the trenches, things that are going to help you get unblocked. Maybe you're not blocked, but you're not really hitting your stride. Maybe you're making some money and you've got a staff, but if you got more funding, more staff, more focus, you can impact more people's lives. It's not about the money. The money is necessary to provide for people who do the work. It's sort of like building a car. Once we build the car, we have to get the gas to make the car go. Therefore, money is an important commodity, and we must have a replenishable supply because we do run out of gas. We have to refuel. So in order to make that happen, there are lots of moving parts. My job is to equip, empower, and train nonprofit leaders to build boards, to build strategies, to build systems, to create funding, and to impact people's lives more fully, to fully achieve the mission of the organization. And let me do a few terms. Let me define a few terms at this point. In my world as a strategist, I'm a transformational leadership strategist. Transformational leadership is the culture of high performance. The leader leads the culture, sort of like a conductor leads the orchestra or choir. We don't play the notes, we enable other people to perform. We lead, we guide, we influence. So the leader is the leader. So in terms of strategy, we must know who we are, what we're doing, what we stand for, who we serve. So our vision is that short statement that creates this mental picture of what we're doing. CenterVision Leadership Foundation transforms organizations to impact people's lives, building legacies. You're doing okay, you say. Okay. Could you do better? Could you impact more people? Could you, whatever? Leaders at the top of their game impact more people. Leaders saying, I've got it all, don't need any, we're pretty much dangerous. We need to stay out of people's way because we never learn it all. At 73, I'm continuing to grow my skill set, my abilities every day. So I encourage you to think about building the skill set. Define the terms of engagement. The vision is the concept. What are we? What defines what we do? Rise Against Hunger, feeding people. Their vision is ending hunger in our lifetime. They didn't limit it where. Powerful vision. Now the mission statement is application. CenterVision does transform organizations and leaders, empowers them and engages them, equips leaders for service through leadership training, strategy, board development, funds resourcing. There's a lot of tools of the trade. Fundamentally, we guide you in creating your vision, your mission, your objectives, your funding strategy, your budget, and all the people parts of work in an organization. We can have this piece of paper, a strategy, but without the functioning people, it's a piece of paper. Think of a conductor stepping on the podium and they have this piece of paper in front of them with all these dots. We call that music. It's a conductor's score. Everything that happens is written in that piece of music. When you sit in front of your board, your staff, your committees, you have your roadmap. That's your strategic plan. In CenterVision, we've created what we call a solution map. Where do you want to be and how you're going to get there? It's not a business plan. People can extract a business plan from this. That's a simpler document. It's a financial document that you give a major funder or your banker. Strategic plan, the solution map, is your plan of operation. It's an implementation document. Do this first, do this next, do this concurrently. Who does what and when, and how it all leads you toward manageable, quantifiable objectives. I'm talking about CenterVision Leadership Foundation. It's a resource bank specifically for those of us leading social benefit organizations, charities, religious institutions, under the umbrella nonprofit. IRS calls us a tax-exempt organization. It's a for-purpose organization, not necessarily a for-profit organization. The flow of money is important. There are many regulations guiding how we utilize those funds, but we do have a pathway for good. We want to impact people's lives. That's why we exist. So I've created this online resource, and we've called it the Community for Community Builders. If you're doing work of the charity, it's governed and then its financial guidelines are set by the board of directors. You may have founded it, but you don't run it. The board of directors is in charge of the organization. not the day-to-day operations, but the governance. How do you set policies? What do you approve? Do you approve contracts? Do they approve the budget? The board sets that strategy. The implementation is done by staff. That's a clear delineation. Now, having said that, I've worked within organizations that are in transition. If the board didn't work, nothing would happen. The board must be engaged, must be active, must be donors, must be on committees, must be doing the work of the charity. Guided by staff, the staff reports to the board. It's a very good system. So the executive director, the development funding strategists are employed by the board. They serve at the pleasure of the board. They fulfill the strategy using marketing plan, funding plan, strategic plan. They do the work of the organization and report through the president, the board chair, to the board of directors. So there's a clear definition of how this all works. Now, we don't all have all this knowledge in our heads. We know what we know. We're an expert at what we do. We have a passion. We have a vision for excellence. We're impacting nonprofits, empowering, engaging, raising their capacity for performance. We're connecting the dots from strategy to performance. Sounds like a conductor. We got this, we conduct the performance. Our performance is the measure of our outcome. That's where the rubber hits the road. We can do all the planning. We need to create results because people are depending on us. We're called to a higher cause. And this is the labor of our passion, as well as all those people who serve as volunteers, staff, board members, committee chairs, committee members. The leader rallies that. So this is all under the umbrella of how we build communities. We're building communities. It's your board, your staff, your volunteers, the people you serve. You're building communities of action. We turn apathy into excitement. We turn passive into active. We, as leaders, transform ideas into reality. We transform people's lives by the work we do. We need support. It's lonely work. We're overworked, we're underpaid, we have a lot of stress. There's a pathway forward for that. And it depends on the leader constantly building their capacity to lead. Actually, the leader does less. Other people do more. I hear from folks that are burned out. Well, I have to be willing to do what I ask other people to do. Yes, that's right. The key word is willing. You know how you're willing. However, there's somebody sitting around that board table who's very capable. If you do it, you're robbing them of an opportunity to use their passion for good. That's why they're there. We must get out of the way. We create the system, we manage the system, we lead people. We don't manage, we lead people. We inspire, we influence. That's hard work. I don't care what anybody says, it's very difficult work. And actually, it's more difficult in the nonprofit community than in the business community. It's important work, and that's our calling. So I've created a private space to get people out of the toxic environment of today's social media. It's really bad. We get distracted. We find all kinds of harsh things happening there. We see things that we're not proud of in social media. So I've created our own community. It's just for people like you. Just for people like you. It's an online community for those of us building communities. In the South, we say none of us is as smart as all of us. Well, that's an important statement. We are the sum total of the people we hang around the most. Now, what happens if we hang around broke people? What if we hang around people that have failed at everything they do and have no initiative to learn from those experiences? How does that shape us? Sometimes I've met people who want to hang around others that are they perceive to be less qualified than themselves, because it elevates them in other people's eyes. Oh, you're more important. You're more successful. Turn that around. You want to be with people much more successful than yourself. In the community, you have a chance to do that. It's a private community for those of us leading for purpose work. It's the Center Vision Leadership Community, the community for community builders. So you can find it at nonprofitcommunity.org, nonprofitcommunity.org. Remember that? That's pretty easy, nonprofitcommunity.org. It takes you to Center Vision. Blue button, join. $40 a month will buy you a lot of stuff. Peace of mind, stress reduction. It's a network of people doing the work that can help you. You get a whole lot of goods. So you can try it out for $1 for the first month. And then if you like it, you can keep on. When you join the community for community builders, I'm giving you a program that I sell for $97. You're saving $100 almost. It's the 5 pillars to success. It's the 5 pillars in building a successful recurring income organization. We need to have all the pieces in place, and you need all 5 of these. You can't skip one. It cuts your ability by half if you just eliminate one. So it's the 5 pillars. Video, action guides. It's a short course. It won't take you a long time. You get it all in one morning if you want. So download the program. Once you join, it's free. That's my gift to you as a joining bonus. It's also a report on building a profitable, sustainable nonprofit. And that's a read-only report. It's not a video, but those 2 things will give you value. Plus, you get 50% discount, 50%. Remember, you paid $1. You're getting in here, you're getting a discount. $1, one smackaroo, $1 to try this out for a month. Then it will go to the $40. But you could go and save $200, $300, $400, $500 on programs, self-study programs that will make a difference. How about if somebody can help you find your blind spots, those things that keep you hitting the wall, those things that throw you off a cliff, those things that get you stuck in the mud. You didn't see them. They're making you stuck. Maybe you think you're making progress. Your board and staff might think differently. And you got no clue as to what's missing. Those are blind spots. What do we know? What do we not know? And what is it we don't know that we don't know? I don't know it all. I hang around smart people. That's the guide. Hang around people smarter than you. We have turned the consulting model around. It's wayfinders. We guide the way. You know more about your work than we do. We have systems. We help you learn the systems so that you can apply your knowledge. You can learn to run this organization that's so important to you and to the world and the people around you. So take off the stuff on your forehead that says, I know all this. No, we don't know everything. We know some things. The more I learn, the less I realize that I actually know. There's so much. The best leaders I work with are constantly working on building their skills. So that's what I've learned. If you want to learn, make some mistakes. Those are learning opportunities. If you want to grow, hang around successful people. If you want to be the best, continue learning. So we're providing this community from Center Vision for you. You join. There's 400 articles about leadership. There's 5 years worth of magazines you can read. The Nonprofit Performance 360 magazine. Articles by wonderful people on multiple topics, many topics. When you join, you can get that magazine in your mailbox 4 times a year. You got curriculum. There's a forum on topics. And as you're in there, you'll get to weigh in on what topics are important to you. So 24/7, you have access to all of this. And once a week, I show up. It's office hours. Hugh and people showing up that are influencer members to have Q&A. What about this? What about that? And It's guided through the curriculum of the online program, Unbound Leader, which you get at a 50% discount. So topic-based conversations, guiding your learning, helping you figure out how to apply the knowledge, and then getting contacts all over the country from others who are in this learning covenant along with you. So once a week, once a month, whenever you like, you can chime in. It's video. We get to see you, you see us. You get to ask your questions, or you can just listen to others. Many times we learn more just by listening to others ask questions that we may not have ever thought about asking. So the online community for community builders has lots of value, lots of great value. So I'm encouraging you to try it out. You're risking $1. It's no refund option. It's $1. You're going to get a whole lot more value the first 30 seconds that you're there. And then you continue receiving value. And the more we build critical mass, the more good people are there, and the more content, the more we share, the more we learn, the more we grow, the more we network, learning how to collaborate with others who could benefit us. This is the Nonprofit Exchange. It's one of the programs that we've offered for 4 years, 4.5 years now, in the community for community builders. You'll have access with interviews with wonderful leaders, with wonderful knowledge, with great ideas. Every interview has a transcript. You get to read the transcript. You get to listen. You get to watch the video. Choose the ones, choose the topics, find the one that you like the most, grab it, it's yours. So there's those kinds of assets in there. And then the forums and the live Q&As, when you get to talk to others in the trenches. The Meyer Foundation discovered that 45% of nonprofit leaders were leaving because of burnout. Number one problem, burnout. Number two, low revenue. Number three, low functioning board. Those are the high ones. But the Meyer Foundation did that discovery. 45% of nonprofit leaders were leaving, done, or burned out because we don't know how to delegate. We don't know how to say no. We don't know how to sequence our work so that it's actually doable. Now, it's not as easy as falling off a log. There's some work to getting it there. There is hope. There is a pathway. There is a process. So we have assets, and you don't need to copy everything, but there's a template. There's a pathway. There's ideas. Here's how it's normally done. Take the ideas and make your own system. Remember, I'm not a consultant that tells you what to do. I'm a wayfinder that guides you on the pathway of learning your own processes, building your skills, and creating your own outcomes. There's a huge difference in self-sufficiency. That's the title of that report that you get, is self-sufficiency. So you get the free program, mini course, 5 pillars of success. You got to build those pillars. Self-sustainability report on thinking through how you're going to be self-sustainable so that you're not waking up every day trying to think, oh, where is money coming from today? You should have 2 years of salary in the bank. You should have operational money in the bank. You should have money in a foundation endowment fund that pays interest that's part of your revenue generation. Interest, earned interest on money that you have in your bank. In your bank has been donated. So these resources are in the community for community builders. Nonprofitcommunity.org will take you there. Click on the blue button, join. It's time to quit wasting time. It's time to make a decision. Good leaders make a decision. Some people listening to this will not make a decision. 97 out of 100 people will not make a decision. They'll say, that's interesting. I'm going to figure it out myself. Well, you probably will. We could help you shorten that timeline, go more directly toward the targets, the success, and the results that you want to see. It's investing in the future. You can certainly figure it out. We're here to help you do it in a shorter time frame and with more sustainable, large results. I'm inviting you to go to nonprofitcommunity.org. Hit the button, join for $1. Boom, you're in. And then look around. And then join. There's a place to link to register for the Thursdays at 3. Then we'll expand that time. That's Eastern time. Then we'll expand that to when can you meet? And is there a better time than that? So let's get started. Time's wasting. Opportunity is going whizzing by our faces because we need to learn more to be able to seize those opportunities. I will tell you, standing here, speaking to you today, I've made all the mistakes conceivable. I have learned from those mistakes, and I've created programs because of those mistakes and because of the problems I see others encountering. So I've gone backwards from here's the negative result, here's what we're going to do about it. So I'm streaming live on Facebook to catch more people. It's The Nonprofit Exchange. You can go to that link, thenonprofitexchange.org. Every week, 2 o'clock, we broadcast with somebody, some expert telling us something that we wish we'd known all along, or we would have been more successful had we known it. thenonprofitexchange.org takes you to the page where the current and the future episodes are, and 4 years worth of archives. Very valuable resources indeed. So today's version of the Nonprofit Exchange is to talk about the CenterVision online community for community builders, and to let you know there's a chance for you to check it out for $1. Go in, try it, nonprofitcommunity.org. That's where you go. I'll put the link here, and look around. And then we'll see you on one of those weekly Q&A sessions, because even if you don't know what to ask, there's a question in your mind. How do we formulate those questions and find the answer that's right for you? And it's going to be different for each one of you. We need to know how to arrive at that answer, what that answer is going to mean for the health of the organization, and what is the pathway forward to implementing that strategy that from the answer. So this is Hugh Ballou, founder and president of CenterVision Leadership Foundation, saying thank you for being here. This episode is sponsored by EasyCard. EasyCard is like an app. It's not an app. You give people a number, they text it, boom. They've got you in their hands on their phones. EasyCard. So I'm going to show you how easy it is. For the CenterVision app, you send a text to 64600. Got that? It's 5 digits. 64600. In the message, you put LDR. LDR. Very short contraction for leader. Boom, you'll get a text back. There's a link. You've got CenterVision in your hand. You can save that to your screen on the phone. Then you can access it anytime you want with the resources of the online community for community builders. EasyCard is our sponsor. They empower us to make the difference with these programs and many others. So when you get the CenterVision EasyCard, it looks like an app, but there's nothing to download. It automatically appears in your browser on your phone, and it's automatically updated. Anytime we update something, it's updated. Try it out. On the bottom of that page says, get your own EasyCard. Get your EasyCard, boom. You can connect with donors. You can send messages to your board members. You can do all kinds of things. EasyCard.com is where you go to learn about them, but get the CenterVision EasyCard. Text the number 64600 with the word LDR in the message. You'll get a text back with the hot link. You've got us. So thank you for being here. Thank you for looking around the CenterVision online community for community builders. We have resources we've created just for you. And they're not way expensive. Some are free, a lot's free. Many are very low cost. Many will impact your future because they're things that you'll learn that you didn't know before. I want to sign off on this episode. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you next week on the Nonprofit Exchange.